It's officially 2024, and it's chest day. Not my first one in the new year, but took a little holiday break and stuffed my face as much as I could and enjoyed myself, and now it's back to the old grind. So, I'm not entirely sure why I even recorded this part of it. I'm really just getting set up, but I guess it does give me an opportunity to talk a little bit more. I've been trying to work on speaking a little bit more in the videos, but the holiday break that I took it didn't necessarily set me back, but just a little bit. Lost some weight because I wasn't taking my nutrition as seriously as I should have, and that was a mistake, but we're all gonna make mistakes, so that was mine. You gotta take the nutrition aspect of this stuff seriously, otherwise you're not gonna make as good of progress or any progress. So that's where I'm at with that. So just as a testament to how important the nutrition and hydration aspect is of all this, like I had mentioned, I took a pretty good week, maybe a week and a half off from lifting and the filming and all that stuff, just for a little break for the holidays, spend time with family and whatnot. And over the course of the holidays, obviously let things go a little bit, and now I'm still mid-bulk, but I ended up losing like 6 pounds. So that's how important it is to make sure that stuff stays right, no matter, even if you are taking like a rest week or whatever, which, I did that and I felt like it was a mistake. So, but again, these things are for me. It's not, everybody's different, but I really wish I hadn't done that. Or if I had taken that rest period, if I could go back and take that rest period again, at least, eat right and stay hydrated, which I didn't do. I was listening to a podcast the other day about lifting and exercise and stuff, and it's run by a couple of guys that are personal trainers and things, and the subject came up about morning lifters versus afternoon lifters, and how some people in the morning just don't have the energy. And a lot of that has to do with eating and getting energy from your food and stuff. But myself being a morning lifter, I've never had a problem with not having energy. Obviously, I take my pre-workout before I come down here and start my lift. But even without pre-workout, if you're motivated, you're motivated. If you're not, you're not. I don't really think eating before you lift has that much to do, with how much energy you have to lift. For somebody like me, if I tried to lift at the end of my day after I just did, maybe 8 to 10, sometimes 12 hours of work, I'm not going to have a good lift. It's going to go very poorly for me. I have to get it done in the morning when I have plenty of energy. Now, as far as the routine goes, I am going to be trying something that I don't normally do today. It's a single dumbbell pull over, sort of lay down on a bench and pull it over like from here to here. You'll see it. I'm going to film it anyway, but it's supposed to help stretch the chest muscle fibers in a slightly different direction than they're used to going. But so yeah, I'm gonna give that a try. So with this movement here, you're gonna notice that I changed my grip up throughout the movement itself. Really just trying to figure out what the most comfortable way to do this is. It's not one that I normally have in my routine. It's kind of new, and right about there is where I was feeling it more in like my shoulder blade. So coming up here, I changed the grip up, and that's it's not to target anything different. I'm really just trying to figure out where the most comfortable grip is, where I can target the chest properly and not feel it in my shoulder blades. That's a good way to get yourself injured, doing something different. If it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Stop, readjust, and move on from there. Now this is the second set I did of this laying dumbbell pullover, and I ended up changing the weight and stuck with this grip. Really just had too much weight before, so I had to move down a little bit, which is okay because like I had mentioned previously, you don't want to hurt yourself. You kind of got to know your own parameters and where you're at, and so for me, I had to just change the weight a little bit, and this grip actually ended up working the best. Felt it really good, especially after my presses and stuff. Highly recommend it. Now, after this holiday rest period that I took, I ended up changing up my routine a little bit. just for something different. I was realizing that the way I was doing things, I was sort of pushing my time and, probably not getting the best workouts in because of that. Uh, so I went ahead and changed things up. The only like real change, I guess, is the fact that I split up my chest and back. I used to do chest and back on one day, and I just changed them to 2 days. I still haven't quite mastered where my shoulders are going to fit into everything. Generally, I try to do like my front delts the same day as I'm doing my chest and all those other pressing movements, because they're activated anyway with like the bench press, incline press, all that stuff. And so then I'll do like the rear delt on back day, because that's already got some, and that's part of the back, part of the arm, so it kind of fits in wherever. And then as far as the side delts go, just try to work that in on arm day, or like yesterday I had an arm day, so I'm going to go ahead and just do side delts today, but I do really want to get that like nailed down to a regular schedule thing where I've got them worked in on different days. So the only day that doesn't really make sense to me is leg day. You'll notice between these two sets of lateral raises that I ended up going down in weight, which is, again, I'm going to reiterate the point that it's okay to move down in weight. After you've already done several other exercises and things, your shoulders or whatever group of muscles you may be working, they're already exhausted. So, those 20 pounders that I'm using right now, those are feeling a little bit more like 30. And after that set, the 15 pounders that I switched to feel very much the same. It still feels just as heavy. And, you're still making progress even with lower weights. And I've noticed that the lateral raises like that, even the front ones, you're really isolating your delts with these, and it's a good exercise, but naturally being isolated, you're moving a little bit less weight, and that's okay. All right, it's another lift down, chest in, shoulders in. Feeling pretty good about it. I think it was a good lift. So now it's time to go take my protein and get on with my day.